Hey, you guys. Welcome back to the grand finale of The Mandalorian, Chapter 8. We are so stoked to be talking about this one. On
this program, a bit of magic. That's what the show is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys. Well,
Episode Chapter 8 of The Mandalorian, The Redemption.
is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
Season finale.
The season finale.
It's called The Redemption, guys. Believe me.
All right. So anyway, it's been a long road, and we're finally here. And thanks for listening with us this far. Should we just jump right into initial impressions?
Man, yeah. I mean, we jump in kind of from a cliffhanger the last episode.
Yep.
And you kind of are introduced to the very first ever, like, in the life of a stormtrooper, kind of.
Yeah, you get that. You get more banter, huh?
Yeah, we've never seen stormtroopers just, like, on duty, like, okay, we're just doing what we're told.
What a fun way to start the episode, too.
Yeah, it was a fun way. What'd you guys think of that whole scene, actually?
I loved it.
Of where they're just like waiting.
Where they're just talking and shooting and stuff.
When they started shooting, I thought it was like intentionally comical.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, these guys can't shoot for like crap.
Like
know?
Stormtroopers?
yeah. I did like the personality coming through. I did like that part.
Yeah, I had some likes and dislikes about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
About that particular scene?
Yeah, just that particular scene. So I liked, oh, wow, this is cool because we never see stormtroopers like this. But I also think that it could have been better in the context of like, okay, so they're going after, what is his name? Burglar? The smaller man that was
Quill?
Quill, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't
Say burglar?
Burglar.
Burglar,
The hamburger.
burglar
Sorry,
or
I'm a little
the-
hungry.
Burglar or the rhyming name of Quill?
Quill. So what I think would have been a better start.
If they were eating out of his face.
No, but I think instead of, because we had like a great comic relief thing, but with the intensity of how the last episode ended, and also the city's surrounded by stormtroopers. And why do they need a signal to bring in what they want? Like, when should we come in and show them that we have the Yoda baby?
They did say that he just killed like an entire battalion of troopers or something, and he's really pissed off, so they're waiting. That is what they say, but it doesn't really make much sense.
It doesn't make sense. But what could have been a little bit better is if the stormtroopers, killed Quill and was getting Baby Yoda, and then the droid came out of the ship because they were basically 10 feet. Like the droid came out and then was like, "It's go time."
That's basically what happens, though.
Yeah, but that whole scene.
But we get a nice comedic moment from stormtroopers trying to shoot something,
And I liked-
and never being able to hit it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
True. Yeah, I thought there was pluses and
and then
minuses
they
of that
both
scene, but it was
and then
cool.
they both die.
They do.
Okay. Well, let's just say really quick for as far as initial reactions go, because this is the finale. Everything's been like ramping up to this. Did it meet your expectations? Yes or no? And kind of like why really quickly. Go ahead, Brayton. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, fix your hair for this.
Yes.
No. Did it meet your
Yes.
expectations?
It met my expectations for what was a good episode preceding it, and then the payoffs were amazing.
Okay.
So IG-11 sacrificing himself with his own self-destruct, which was established in episode 1, where he's like, I don't do this, I die. That's what I do. And Mandalorian taking down a TIE fighter. That like what a great payoff to see what the skills that the Mandalorian has, getting a little jetpack, but still having the weight of finding out that his clan basically was obliterated back when they were like they came out of the shadows, and now we know why it is super important that they didn't do that. But hey, there you go. Just so much of wrapping up everything that chapters 1 through 8 were, everything built on each other. The climax kind of, closed the book on this, but then opened the way for the next season, which was really, really great. So I think it was the perfect cherry on top.
Okay.
that
Yeah.
we needed.
Yeah, because in the last episode we talked about how the whole season was adding in these different elements, but it was all like building on top of each other. And I painted the picture of a delicious banana split.
I wish I was there.
Sunday.
Well, you can listen to the podcast.
It won't be as funny.
That's pretty good. It was a good bit.
All right, go on.
So anyway, we were just waiting for like the whipped cream and the cherry on top to like really like send this thing off, like to bring it to level 10. And I think this episode, like basically a part 2 from the last episode, really set it off. And I thought it was awesome. And I agree with everything Brayden said. And then I can talk more about my likes and dislikes in the next part. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this was a really cool way to finish it. I liked the intenseness of it, and I think that it definitely had its comical moments, and those were fun even in the drama of this final episode. You got to see everybody do a little bit of everything, really. Yoda used the Force. Everybody else did their thing that we'll dive deeper into, but I thought it was a really fun, just to regurgitate what you guys are saying.
yeah.
It was really awesome.
I loved the team aspect. Everybody's together. It was like super satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
'Twas indeed. So what I really also enjoyed was what Brayden brought to attention. The droid, what's his name? E11? E30?
IG-11.
IG-11. Now, this guy is literally the coolest droid Star Wars galaxy, like in this
The universe?
in the universe. This is the coolest droid I've ever seen. He not only just kills everyone, but he also heals everyone, which is freaking amazing. And it turns a cold-hearted Mandalorian that hates droids into a guy that's crying because he's going to sacrifice himself for the mission. And that was beautiful. And I thought that
T2
was awesome.
style.
And then you go into other droids like C-3PO with arms and legs rowing a boat. That's pretty crazy.
That was R2D2.
Ah, shoot.
That was
You're
a
right.
D.
Thanks.
R2 unit.
But
yeah.
wasn't that cool?
It was like evolved. Yeah, it's like R2 is like, the beginner Pokemon stage. And then we get the lava rowboat. It's like whenever they grow up, they steer boats on lava rivers. That's all.
Did you not watch? You're like, hey, look, it's kind of like R2D. Oh, snap. He's got arms and legs.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I was like, oh, he's got a gun. I was like, nope, just arms and legs.
Arms and legs. All right. Kind of weird, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So the droids were really cool in this episode. I mean, CGI was just awesome. He was great, or whatever his name was.
IG-11.
There was just so much, because like we even learned more about like Cara Dune and how she came from Alderaan. So
It said that?
yeah,
Oh, shoot.
yeah,
More like
we're-
Alder Bomb. That's
when
it.
Moff-
More like Alder gone.
when Moff
Ooh,
Gideon
yikes.
was when
It's
Moff
gone.
Gideon
Sorry.
when Moff Gideon was basically telling each of them like their own backstories, like, I know you guys, Mandalorian, you're a little boy and I know your name, and Cara Dune, you're a little girl and I know your name. You're a little girl and your planet doesn't exist anymore. Oopsies.
Oh, and we finally get confirmed what his name is.
Yeah. What is that, Sean?
Din Djarin.
Did Jerry?
Jaren?
Din-
Jared? He
Don-
went there.
Don
DJ for
Don
short.
Don Jaron.
Yeah. Didn't he do America's Funniest Videos?
It's one of my favorite tequilas.
Don Jared.
Anyway,
He went to DeJared.
sorry guys. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, he knows him. And what's his name? Moff Gideon?
Yeah.
The main bad guy who's been pulling the strings all along that we found out. He somehow connected to the purge of Mandalore and the death of Mando's parents, so it becomes personal. It's not just this like abstract like empire guy, like warlord. This guy like
He's got it out.
He's got beef.
And
you
as
know?
we find out,
He's got big beef.
as we find out, he has the Darthsaber. He's well connected with the Mandalorians, as far as he may have killed a bunch. He's definitely probably part of the purge.
Yeah, he was in charge of it to an extent.
Yeah.
Right, is my understanding. Yeah.
Holy guacamole, that Darthsaber. Man, I was getting a Darthsaber watching that scene. That was sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Twas a delight. But also another thing that I really enjoyed in this episode was fire throwing stormtrooper dude.
Oh, dude,
that guy
man.
design of
He
the
was Death
Stormtrooper?
Metal meets Star Wars.
Yeah, when that guy he shows up and he's got like the red like war paint all over his
Wouldn't
uniform.
he have like a fake mohawk on his helmet?
I was stoked on that. I was like, if I was a kid and I was watching this show and I saw that, I'd be like, that's the toy that I want. I want the flamethrower.
If
trooper.
the electric guitar player from Mad Max Fury Road was behind him that whole time, I would have been just fine.
Well, when we
Yeah,
were young,
I would have been okay with that.
when we were young, the Star Wars characters, we liked Darth Vader. He was kind of the
Did we?
coolest. Well, I liked Darth Vader, but the Stormtroopers weren't really like people to be like, that's so cool. But kids nowadays are watching Mandalorian, which is like the best Star Wars thing they've ever done. They're seeing sick flame throwing like Stormtroopers. You're seeing the Daft Punk looking Stormtroopers. You got the basics. You got the old retros. They've got so many
Daft
cool.
Punk, mate.
They
Yeah,
kind of
that's
look
cool,
like
cool kid. The black guys with like
Yeah, they kinda
cameo
look-
with Daft Punk over
Well, I
there.
will say that the Clone Wars animated like miniseries was pretty good.
Yeah, but this is like
That had like
no, it's a different
very
point. It's
similar.
totally
that had-
different.
no, that had very similar like
Okay.
motif style.
So to get back on track, let's go around and share what we disliked first, and then we'll go around and talk about likes, because I don't think there's gonna, like the last episode, there's not gonna be a whole lot of dislikes on this one.
Oh, I had a lot.
No, you didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't tell you about those.
Okay. So as far as
Invite your friends to podcast, guys. 3 amigos, not the 2 amigos. It doesn't make sense. All right, back on
Okay.
to likes and dislikes.
all right,
I hold a
are we
grudge.
good? Are we good? Okay, for dislikes,
Please write a review on the last 2 episodes. And if you didn't hear Garrett's voice,
Garrett's not allowed to write a review.
I'm going to write a review. 2 stars on the episodes 7 and 6. Didn't hear my favorite character. What's his name? Garrad?
A character.
All right, Brayden.
All right. Likes and
Is there-
dislikes.
what's your dislike?
I'm just joshing
on
your jibs.
Chapter 8.
It wasn't long enough.
Speechless.
I wanted more. It left me wanting more. I don't think there's anything I didn't really like in it. It was good.
Dislike. You mean dislike?
Yeah,
Didn't really. You mean didn't really?
I don't think there was anything I didn't really like. Do you not know how to use double negatives?
don't. Okay.
I
No,
don't
I loved
think I didn't really dislike this movie.
I'm not sure. Yes. No, it was great.
You have no dislikes in this
I-
episode.
no, not really.
0.
No.
All right.
I was confused why Moff Gideon was the person to be the only person in a TIE fighter at the end. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why is the person
'Cause the
the captain,
the Empire's
that's
destroyed?
controlling all the shots? Why is he the only one that's able to like get in a spaceship and chase him? I guess so, because they're just like the remnants of the Empire. And maybe he's just like the most talented pilot, and he's the kind of guy to roll up his sleeves. And he's like, if there's a job, you got to do it yourself,
So
But
you
I
do.
was kind of confused that he was the last one, but that's all
Yeah.
on that part anyway.
I had a few things.
Go ahead.
So I already brought up the stormtroopers at the beginning, where they're all like, the village is surrounded by stormtroopers. So that scene was like, I'm a little confused. Literally, you guys are surrounding. You've got flamethrowing. You've got bazookas. You've got so many things. You're outnumbering them. I'm so confused why you're waiting outside the village when you have what the main man wants. So that was a little bit of a dislike. It wasn't much, but it was just a little bit like, I get it. I get why they did it.
I
but
think they
there's
say
still-
actually why. I don't think. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what the conversation, but they have a reason why they do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you just weren't paying attention.
I mean, I had surround sound on. It was amazing. It was so cool. I just got surround sound, everybody.
what?
Everyone's invited to season 2
Where am I?
of my house.
Season 2 premiere.
Don't tell them where I
Garrett's.
live.
Okay.
Well, it's like
I don't know your address anyway.
it's like
San
drinks-
Diego.
You know when you're at the bar and you're like, drinks on me, but like you're just saying that so everyone
Everybody's
can
like,
cheer.
yeah, I love
But
this
you're-
guy. And you're like, I didn't close my tab.
I close my tab. I'm leaving.
Suck it.
Oh, it's okay. All right. So that, and then droid, Xbox 360, who was programmed to be the nursery droid,
The nurse droid, yeah.
the nurse droid, and he's like, no, I need him. Literally on the boat goes, hey, or not in the boat, when they're in the caves goes, hey, I trust you. I'm going to stay with Mandalorian because he's hurt. I trust you. But no, you're programmed to protect this baby. And all of a sudden you're like giving him away and like, you better take care of him, even though I'm programmed to take care of him.
Were you not paying attention?
What do you mean? He literally,
Yeah,
He's programmed.
No, he said the only way that he could protect the baby.
No,
No,
not
no, no,
that
no, no. But
scene.
he's talking about before that. Why
Before that.
everybody leaves with Baby Yoda, and his main function is to
Stay with Baby Yoda.
Yeah, watch after Baby Yoda. But
Yes.
then
And he
stays
knows
with Mandalorian.
and he knows the way that he protects the baby is to have his father still be alive.
Okay, yeah, you could think that way,
maybe.
but that is not how it was
But
portrayed.
also, the IG-11
Was?
knows that he has like the Bacta spray, so he knows that he's not really staying behind. He's just gonna like heal him really quick, and
yeah,
then
right.
he'll
That's
bring him back.
assumptions. We're all assuming that because we're not
No,
going.
yes.
Oh, he has a spray, so of course he's going to do that
Yeah,
until
no,
they
that's what
do it.
happens.
This is our
Little
first time
hairspray on
watching
an
it.
open
Yeah.
wound.
It's all a placebo. It's like some sugar pills. Here you go. You're gonna feel better in
But
5 minutes.
They weren't in immediate danger at that point.
Did your tummy hurt? Have some Flintstone chewables. That'll make you. That'd
Hey,
be funny if you
don't
gave
you
them.
dare mock Flintstones.
You're right. They're
chewables.
really nutritious.
Like
and they're good for
honestly,
you.
if you hand those out at Halloween, dude, I'm gonna be stoked.
You know, actually, I've been taking my man candy, aka vitamins, but I can't do the pills. I can't swallow, so they are chewables.
You can't swallow pills.
No, I
Okay,
can't.
quick side note, you guys. We're
the
gonna be
hell?
talking about Garrett not being able to swallow.
I can't.
pills.
No, I can't. When
Even
I was
with- you have
little,
to- a whole bunch of water, or
no, when I was little, my mother, who tried, she would chop the pill in half and then try to swallow that, and she would be very dramatic and gag. She'd be like, "Oh!" And then it was just terrifying. I'm like, I'm not swallowing pills. Mom can't swallow pills. I'm not swallowing pills. To this day, I can't swallow pills. Ask my wife. She thinks I'm a wussy.
Okay,
okay.
let me get my phone.
Yeah, call Courtney. We're phoning in my wife.
We're not.
Also, what are your thoughts on the episode?
Flintstone chewables and Mandalorian.
Not being able to swallow.
So that
What
was
were
your
we even
dislike?
talking about? Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Your dislike.
Back on
is
track, back
there
on
were
track,
too-
back
on track.
There were
Back
too
on
many
track, you
large
guys.
pills.
No.
Okay,
so
I've
that
got a
was my
dislike. I've got a dislike that
So those
how
two.
smart as IG-11 is, that the only way he can think to help everybody out is by walking into the thing and then self-destructing. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it, and I respect the sacrifice
It was
thing.
dramatic.
But yeah, it was very dramatic. And then the robot that Mandalorian hates, he hates droids. He ends up sacrificing him so everybody can make it out. I don't know. I like IG-11 a lot. He's very useful. You could have just asked him to like, hey, could I take that thing out of your chest and throw it like a grenade?
And he didn't have to die. Obviously, it goes out of him because it literally extends out of his chest and explodes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Anyway, okay.
No, but I loved it.
Any other
But it's-
dislikes?
There's always fun critiques. I agree with you about the whole ship scene. Like, do they only have one ship?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it makes sense. It's not like they're a whole like army, you
Right.
know? But
Yeah, I guess IG-11 kind of being a Deus Ex Machina kind of element where he was able to kind of mow down the stormtroopers and then cut open the grate, save the Mandalorian, and then eventually saving them. Kind of without him, they would be dead. But none of that bothered me. All of those were legit.
and-
yeah, they were small.
These are just us being nitpicky for the podcast.
Very, very
Nothing really
nitpicky.
bothered me either. I enjoyed all of it. But I just like to make fun
All
of
right, so
Steezy
all right, let's talk about what we liked the most about it. What did you like them? I thought it was really cool. We already talked about the flamethrower trooper. That part was badass. I really liked
That was probably my favorite part.
the E-Web gun that they bring out, and it's just like Cara Dune.
yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, this model like was used, and I'm sure like a lot of your friends died at the hands of this thing, and it's just like super deep for her, and she knows like the destruction at hand, what's coming their way, and she's like, we can't like shoot our way out of this one. We're super like we're screwed.
Yeah,
We're so
Gideon was
screwed.
getting real detailed. Yeah, this killed your friend Ethel. Remember
Exactly.
Ethel? She died to this gun.
Yeah.
And the predecessor.
Like, but don't shoot this little box right here, because then the whole thing will blow.
Were you guys super surprised? But I'm like, oh, dang, man. Oh, that one hurt. Out of all the beatings we've been seeing you get this last season, the box blowing up in your face really hurt. That looked painful.
That
Yeah.
I really like that because it almost killing him made the whole situation feel very grounded because it was like
That's true.
dude.
The
getting
stakes are high.
getting blown up like that. You're like, usually in like a Star Wars movie, you'd be like, oh, usually explosions don't like affect your main characters, but this one did. and that brought some realism.
And it came straight from the hand of Moff Gideon.
yeah,
his
which
new
was
rival.
really cool. He's like, I don't care. Bam.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
like he's a
also-
smart guy.
yeah, I agree. Also, when it comes to Moff Gideon, and we're all basing this show on the new movies, the old movies, and
You
the
have
good
to,
movies and the bad
whether you
movies.
realize it or not. You subconsciously
Star Wars.
are comparing it to what's already been there for the Star Wars universe. Yeah,
and this
right.
evil character is so much better than any bad guy in the 3 movies that have come out in the recent
true.
years. And it's like, what
the
Farva or Brett Favre, whoever the director of this show, he's killing it.
No. John Favreau wrote the
Directed?
No. He didn't direct anything.
Yeah, I did.
No,
he
he
didn't.
actually he didn't direct it.
No.
Oh, what
He's an
Taika-
executive producer and he's the
Taika
writer.
Waititi. I love Taika Waititi.
He directed this last episode.
Sounds like a tiki bar too.
It is.
He-
It sounds like I need to get a fruity drink right
Yeah,
now.
it does. It sounds like a taco shop and a tiki bar, like Taco Waitikis.
Yeah, Taika Waititi's. He directed this last episode.
Yeah.
and I noticed
and he's
it
the same
halfway
guy-
through because I did think to myself, I'm like, did John Favreau direct this? Because the quality of the directing felt higher for some reason. And then at the end, I saw the credits. Oh, Taika Waititi did it. That makes sense. There's a lot of
Didn't he direct Iron Man Dos?
no Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
Who directed Iron Man 2?
John Favreau. John Favreau.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I loved him when he was a quarterback of the Vikings. Brett Favre.
After
When you read Favreau, I always read it Brett Favre. I don't know. I can't read though. So
Guys,
Oh,
who's
no.
your favorite quarterback? Oh, Brett
John
Favreau.
John Favreau.
I like how you said the Minnesota Vikings, not the Packers. Like his like known team. You're like, no, Minnesota Vikings, dude. He was there. I was like,
played
okay,
there?
fun fact.
No, I
True.
get it.
It's
I
true.
get it. I got that reference.
not the decade he played for the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, so what were we talking before, Brett Favre? Taika Waititi, the direction of it.
We were comparing it to the movies, and this is the best
the bad
villain.
guy. So he was like, he was cold, he was direct, and the worst thing with the new antagonist, any of the bad guys in the newest trilogy, is that they kind of like lose their temper and they act like screaming, like whining kids.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
not how any of the old guys were in the original trilogy.
At least when Vader was choking people, he was doing it very calm and cool.
very
That's
calm,
right.
cool, and collected, and dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on this
Like,
one, he's like kind of the same way. He's like very professional. He's like, we talked about it in the last episode, but you weren't there.
Weren't there? Why wasn't I there,
I
Sean?
can't remember why you weren't there.
I wasn't
You're
tested.
You're part of the podcast group, but you didn't show up. Can't refer. Okay, so
Oh, this episode should be called "The Revenge of the Garrett" because he
Garrett.
missed 2 episodes. Never again. I'll
okay,
never leave.
honestly,
fans.
it's not Braden's fault for not texting you. It's my fault last time when I forgot the cable when we were gonna record those 2
Thank
episodes.
you.
So that's why it's my fault. That's
All right.
why.
We'll probably bring that up more often through this episode.
Yeah.
But okay, so with those villains, I have to say, it just makes me go, like, why couldn't we just have better? Why did we have to bring Palpatine back in the last one?
All right, we need to
We'll have
save
to
the
get
puppets,
into-
Oh my
the Rise of
God.
Skywalker
Yeah.
review. We've been trying to
That's
hold
true.
back.
My
before we-
dislike of this episode was the Palpatine.
in the new movie, which everyone would agree with.
Honestly, no. This episode, yeah, you can watch this and be like, man, this is good. It makes Rise of Skywalker
Way
even
worse.
less on the Star Wars.
You know what?
List.
Would have been even better in the movie? Keanu Reeves. I'm telling you,
No,
you would have
no,
been such a good
no,
Sith
no,
Lord.
no. This is why we don't have you on episodes.
Oh, is this why? Now I found out.
Yeah,
man.
as soon as you drop
He
that
talks too
little
much about
bit
Keanu
of-
Reeves.
Yeah, as soon as you wanted
Matrix was
Keanu-
a great movie.
As soon as you wanted Keanu Reeves to be in the latest movie, I was like, we are going to annex
you just
Garrett.
need to cool it on the Keanu Reeves talk, and you will be invited to all episodes.
All right, I don't want to be part of this cool kids club.
Okay,
Back to it.
and back to it. I loved the CG work on the TIE fighter ship and how he uses a little like grappling thing and he's like chasing him down.
See, they did this so much better because they introduced the rocket ship. Not the rocket ship, the jetpack to him, and they're like,
rocket ship.
you were trained with this. He's like, yeah, a long time ago. He's like, okay, but just so you know that it'll take a while for it to
Get
listen
used
to
to
you.
it. Oh, yeah.
To listen to you. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And so the way he used it it wasn't like kind of the problem that they had in the movies where someone figures out everything already like
the dagger.
very, very easily.
My gosh.
He used it. One, we know that he kind of knows how to use it, but he uses it so sparingly that it makes sense. Where the only thing he really does is he shoots himself up so he can then grappling hook it, and then he just lands.
So can we all just agree how awesome it was that he finally got his jetpack?
Yeah,
And he's like finally got his like armor together. He's got everything, and he's just unstoppable.
Oh.
It was the coolest scene. I agree with you. The whole jetpack scene, and then when he's landing and it goes like,
I thought he was gonna have a splat landing, and I'm glad that they didn't because that would have been like a cheap gag. That would have been what they would have done in the new movie.
That actually, if he would have died in that moment, like this show is crazy.
Another thing I
Oh
really
wait, you guys, we didn't even talk. Sorry, I'll let you go, and then I remembered the biggest thing in my book about this episode.
So obviously Disney's not just targeting little boys but little girls, and I think in this show
That's why we do this podcast, because
for the little
Hey,
boys and the little girls.
and the little girl audience out there, make sure your parents rate and review us.
No. This isn't for children.
Oh, that's right, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Sorry, this is not for
Sorry.
children.
Google,
This is
sorry.
not intended for children. We don't care.
It's not for kids.
Yeah,
But for Disney,
little girls.
Yeah,
go. Little boys, little girls.
It says Taika Waititi, and it's like bing, explicit. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hot taco Watiti. Thank you. So the women in this show, we've got.
Cara Dune.
Thank you, Cara Dune. She's pretty cool. Like her, and a lot of girls could probably be stoked on her, which is sweet. The girl that I think is like, dang, this is the coolest female actress in a Star Wars, and maybe dare I say a Disney movie.
I don't even know who that you're talking about.
No, I know. I was about to.
It's the welder.
What's her
the
name?
chief Mandalorian.
What's her name? This important
Welder
character that
chief.
you're trying to point out.
Chief-
What's her name?
I don't know her name. I just think she's freaking
She's-
cool.
her-
And how cool was that scene where she literally was busting stormtrooper helmets? That was the coolest
I
scene.
loved that part where it was like, because they
legit.
look like plastic on screen, and then when they did that, it's like, oh, it actually, you could see
With
how
hammers?
much strength it took to just smash somebody's face in
she
like that.
threw a stormtrooper.
Her name's the
into-
blacksmith.
Yeah.
Blacksmith. She's the coolest girl probably in Disney history, in my opinion. That she was so BA.
I don't know. Have you
Threw a
seen
stormtrooper.
Merida?
Merida.
Yeah, from Brave.
You're saying Meredith
Pixar.
really funny. All right, back to it. She threw a stormtrooper in the welding hot
Oh,
metal,
and he just like,
and then
Did die.
she's
so awesome.
breaking heads with a hammer.
Boom.
Literally, I will buy her action figure as a grown man.
Oh, that'd be cool.
She is
Smashing
sick.
Skulls.
Am I right though? She's probably
she's
the coolest
legit.
girl.
Yeah, and
character.
it wasn't
know about
it
ever,
wasn't
but
cheesy.
yeah.
It wasn't like she can
wasn't
do
cheesy.
she can do all this because she's a strong woman. It's like no, dude.
Warrior.
She's been training as like a blacksmith, and she's like the last Mandalorian in that area, and she's like, I'm not leaving until I like get all this. Like, you know, it's like her religion, and she just like wasn't gonna be taken down. And yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and she's like
legit.
the elder kind of, like the Gandalf. She's the she's the Dumbledore. She's the man. And I liked her.
Yep.
Me likey.
Yeah,
All right, go on.
that part was great. I can't wait for her to show back up. She's unstoppable as far as I know.
And the sick fur? Dang.
And that
You
fur
don't
though.
see any other Mandalorian with no fur, though.
Especially the climate is so hot over there. I haven't seen any cold weather around. She's
She's like a space Viking.
a warrior.
Okay. I think that the biggest point, especially like a twist that I didn't see coming, we finally get to see Mando's face. He takes off his helmet, and it's so smart because he hates droids, you know, and he's like, I can't show like my face. I can't, if I take it off in front of a person, like I have to go into hiding. And he's like, oh, but I'm not a living thing. It's just like, oh, loophole. So true. So true. Little clever.
That'd be funny if IG-11 was like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that."
It's like
Dude,
uploading
I totally.
picture to Facebook.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or he could have been like, dang, dude, put it back on. I'm just kidding. You ugly.
Dang, you ugly.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, taking the helmet off.
And then-
U-G-O-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
No, he just takes it off and then puts it right back on.
Yeah.
You know what?
Sure is part of your
I
creed.
don't think you're worth saving anymore.
Are you a Mandalorian
Wait.
or part of the fugly creed? Because you are ugly.
So yeah, I had heard rumors that Pedro Pascal's face was never gonna show up, and I'm glad that they did. I don't know if they probably will in the future now, but it was the right way to do it, and I'm glad that from an actor's point of view, you finally do get to show your face.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even an actor. They're paying him boku bucks. He needs to show his face.
Oh, and
this guy's a big
and Boku Bokes.
and boku books.
Buku books.
What kind of currency was that at the first episode? I'll give you boku bucks and some.
Calamari flan. It's like flan and
I'll take the boku bucks.
Anyway, so I thought that part was super cool. Is there anything else that stood out as a super good in this episode?
Well, I mean, they left us wanting for show.
I liked how they kept it true to the Western vibes, where at the end of the day, the heroes, they went out, and then they kind of go their separate ways. Mm-hmm. I liked the ending.
See ya, partner.
Yeah. And now he's got to go find either Yoda's race or Jedi.
Yeah, I guess he's going to be on the
really
hunt for
cool.
Jedi in the next season now. Okay, also, I have to apologize. Okay. Was
To
there one
me?
thing because I was
To
listening?
me? Because
But it's not for it's not for what you think. It's for something else. Because I remember, I think it was episode 3 or 4. You said you wanted treasure. You remember that? And you said we don't want space pirates and all that. And then guess what, you guys? I realized in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the whole point of that movie is they're looking for buried treasure. They're at the grave because in the grave,
freaking treasure.
so you don't have to be a pirate to be looking for treasure. It could be one of the most well-known westerns ever made with Clint Eastwood. Wow. So Garrett, we apologize.
Thank you for so much.
It does
not just that.
You did present it as a pirate adventure
still want that.
scallywag.
I still want.
I know, but there could be somewhere in the middle, like a Clint Eastwood. Good, the bad, and the ugly. Somebody's grave has treasure in it instead of a body, and an unmarked space grave, and there you go. Could be there.
Thanks for that, and then also apologize.
Spoiler alert, because Brayden looks like he hasn't finished Good, the Bad, and the Ugly yet.
I only got to the good and the bad. I haven't gotten to the ugly yet.
I also want you to apologize for not letting Keanu Reeves be a bad guy in this show.
And you're cut off.
Yeah.
We're not. Okay, so are we ready to jump into the ratings? Ooh,
man, oh man.
I'd rate this R.
For ridiculously good.
Ridiculously good, bro.
I'm gonna give this a
PG-13.
I'm gonna give it an A.
For amazing.
I'm gonna give it an A. I'm not gonna give it an A plus because it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Let's be honest.
Yep.
But it was an A. It wrapped it up super well. The action was there. A couple of small twists along the way. It had set it up for the next season. So the overarching storyline of this season and continuing on to the next season was very well done. And it closed off this chapter, and I was extremely satisfied. So that's why it's an A.
Okay, Brayton.
I will give this an A+.
Oh man, you're so positive. Brayton's been the positivist most.
All right.
of
Why
this
is it
season.
an A plus? Why is it the highest possible rating you could give it?
Because this is the crescendo to the entire season.
Would you say
And
that
you
this
think it met every single?
expectation?
Yeah.
Everything you wanted to see.
Wow.
Every
And
single,
that's fine.
Every
That's fine.
single episode has revealed more about the Mandalorian.
That's
and
your truth.
Met people that have come to fruition, and we learned about them. And it wraps the entire season in a nice bow, while yet having some open-ended questions for the next season.
Okay.
So we have enough to feel very satisfied, but looking forward to even more.
So this
was a good episode that
Good,
that-
not great.
that put it all into
A nice little
package.
nice little story. So
So
you
I
would
would
say
say-
that it was the cherry on top.
You're
Yeah,
giving it
that-
100% on
No,
Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm giving it an A+.
That's 100%, Brayton.
No, that's
It's
not
different. It is
95 to
different.
95 to 100, girl.
girl.
Okay.
Oh, girl. All right. Well, I give it an A,
Okay.
a 94.
That's what I gave it.
Oh, 94%. Because if an A plus is a 95 to 100, I give it a 94.99. Really liked it.
Okay.
I don't need to tell you more of why I liked it. We already just been talking all about it, but I also want to hear your ratings on this season as a whole.
Yep, that's a great way to end the last episode and a great way to end this discussion on the end of the first season.
What do you give it?
I give it a B plus.
A D.
overall. I know that we can go into the math and break it all down, but at the end, from a viewer and a fan, I'm going to give it a B+. It was better than good, but it wasn't quite amazing because some parts honestly were slow. Some episodes felt a little bit filler, but they set it up. They set up the universe really well. They set up these new characters, introduced everything. The story arcs are there. The first season was very cohesive. I mean, come on. How much more could you really want realistically? If I give it an A+, I would be able to say, oh, it's the best show I've ever seen, the best season of any show I've ever seen, which isn't really true.
Yeah.
But it is a B+ in my book.
Yeah.
What you got, Brayton?
I would also put it at a B.
A B.
You were almost about to be really optimistic here. I would also. Do I want to agree with Sean or
No, well,
No, you're the optimistic one. You're the
here's
true.
the thing.
Okay.
You'll be surprised.
Pre Rise of Skywalker, I probably would have put it at like a C-.
Oh, okay.
A C-, really? This whole season?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, before Rise of Skywalker.
Before Rise of
But now
Skywalker.
that you've seen Rise of
After watching
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, this thing is pretty
Freaking
darn
gold.
close to a B+.
Okay,
but yeah,
B+.
like a B.
Yeah.
B to B+. It took me a little while to get on board with the kind of a different adventure every episode, not having it all be kind of so connected. But by the end of it, all the things that had come before were then relevant towards the end.
Exactly.
So the way that this finished really elevated a lot of the other episodes. The only episode that doesn't seem to fit very well is episode 5, the gunslinging episode, which I was a little bit more on board with than you guys. But
we didn't see maybe we didn't get that closure for that.
Well, you
storyline.
could basically cut that episode out of the entire season, and it won't really change anything.
Exactly.
Well, you could cut any of these up. They were very standalone.
No,
other than the
because
last
some of these characters
two.
you wouldn't even meet,
Right.
Like Cara Dune,
Right.
IG-11.
But they were all
Quill.
pretty much standalone. Like we had the same recipe for every,
No,
new planet,
but there's
new character.
New
there's
adventure.
things that there were things that were revealed in these episodes that we learned that were
the
specific
evolution,
to the character development.
The evolution of Baby Yoda's powers and
Right.
all that stuff is built on it.
And that's
on
the
itself.
overarching
Yes.
story of this entire series is literally Yoda.
All
All right,
Garrett.
guys. I give it a B-.
Okay.
A B-. And the reason why I give it a B- is because Disney. Okay, this was the first.
Nothing
Disney
to do
Plus.
with the TV show.
Hear me out. Well, it's just real life. You have to bring in literally the whole thing, not just the show
and this is-
itself.
and it's his opinion.
My opinion, so I can say whatever
He
the
can speak his
I
truth.
want. Let me speak my truth into my echo chamber.
lack of Keanu Reeves. Gonna go ahead and say it.
I could say that. I wasn't going to add that.
No
So I
Keanu
might
Reeves?
add that.
No Keanu Reeves. That's one letter grade right there.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Bray. Now you're speaking my language. Anyways,
Like, every movie and TV show that you watch, you're like, yeah, it was good. Could have been great if Keanu Reeves. It's like, come on, dude. Okay.
so B-. This is what I'm saying. Disney Plus came out literally 3 months ago now. And the one show that they were advertising was Mandalorian. They're like, yo, we got the sickest Star Wars show, first time ever. And honestly, I think they're like, we're going to play it super duper safe. We're going to do Western motif. We're going to do the quiet cowboy. We got the super cute Yoda. We're going to add things, and the storylines are going to be safe. And that's why I give it a B-, because I think honestly, this was a tester season for Disney Plus to see if people bought in.
That is a smart observation.
And I think it
Because-
was. I bought in.
Exactly, because we're not just talking about The Mandalorian on this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about this episode, but
I mean, that is all we have recorded, but yeah.
Stay tuned.
But hey, but think about it. In this day and age, literally movies like
Freddie Mercury.
Sorry, dude. We've done 3 podcasts today.
we've done 3. Oh, I thought this was my first episode.
No.
Oh wait, I didn't get invited to those last 2.
No, you did. You did. You just couldn't-
30 minutes late because you didn't text me in time. Anyways, back to my feedback.
Yeah.
With social
We'll wrap
media,
it up, yeah.
with social media, companies can get feedback immediately if people like it or don't like it. And so I think this was the safe season for them. And then they got the feedback that everyone loves it. And so I'm highly expecting the next seasons to be even more high risk, more characters. It's going to be a blast because
it's not gonna play it as safe. It's gonna be a little bit more bold because that's true. This one was good, but it wasn't quite bold enough. And I don't know. I think Brain's probably thinking it doesn't really need to be that way. It's kind of campy. It's a little bit old school serial cartoon on Saturday mornings, episode by episode, and then a little bit more beyond that because it ties everything together, and then a part 1, part 2 in the last episodes. But for what it is, if they deliver another season that's like this one, that's kind of the same formula, still kind of playing it safe without it going too crazy, it would still be very enjoyable.
I don't know if what they did is playing it safe. Well, the safest thing that you can really point to is they have a Yoda character.
Because this whole season was safe. Magnificent Seven, everything we saw.
That's not safe.
It is safe.
No,
this has been done before.
When was the last Western that you've seen actually be popular?
No. Okay, wait.
That's not what I'm saying.
I think what Garrett is trying to get across is that these aren't new stories at all. Like all the individual chapters are stories that we've seen already that are successful.
Not in Star Wars.
Yes,
right,
but in and of
that.
themselves.
But that's what they're doing is they're painting a different story. They're painting a different story, Star Wars style, which is fine, but it's safe.
That is not safe.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
The Western motif.
I'm going to side with Garrett, but Garrett,
safe is
what's your definition of safe?
Bringing in known characters, like bringing in Boba Fett right away.
because
bringing in
because the new movies have done that, and they've gotten horrible reviews by the audience.
Right,
they're not
playing
messing
it
with
safe.
that. That's not playing it safe.
That is playing it safe.
That's failing at Star Wars, and that's why they're doing something different.
No.
But it's doing both. It is playing it safe, but it is failing because that's just fanboy service.
What do you think? Yeah. What
this,
do you think?
This wasn't really fan service.
What do you think bringing back Palpatine was? That's playing it safe.
We're not talking
Rise
of
Skywalker.
about that.
I'm talking about this show.
You guys are just butting heads.
No, I'm saying
turds.
No. I'm saying what I'm saying is that is playing it safe.
Right,
this is my rating.
Here, hold this.
If
Brain's doing it, this is how we're
it's about to go on, guys.
A shoe bapa doo bapa day.
Yeah.
All right, we're going mobile, baby.
All right, now let me finish my statement.
I'll say. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Where are we going? All right, you guys.
All right.
So, like I was saying,
No. Talk to me like a man.
Why don't we do it like this every time?
we're going to arm wrestle while we do this.
Like a Mandalorian man.
A Mandalorian man.
Okay.
I want to be a Mandalorian woman because she kicks butt.
No, that's fine.
If we all get closer, we can do a really good
is?
screen grab for the cover of this one.
Hey, I'm here. Garrett's in this one.
Yeah, no, we're going to put you in the thumbnail of all 3 episodes you weren't in. So.
You did 3 episodes? You jerks.
No, one is the other podcast.
Yeah.
We did invite you to that one.
We did.
Yeah, I quit that one a few months ago.
Yeah. Anyhow.
A few years
I
ago.
don't think what they've been doing is playing it safe.
Okay,
This
what
is
do
my
you?
opinion.
So okay, all right.
It's my truth.
Well done, guys. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think what is your overall impression? What is the overall impression of season 1 and the last episode of The Mandalorian? Do you think that they were playing it safe? Do you have as strong of opinions and feelings as Garrett and Brayton? Do you want everybody to just kind of like get along and enjoy Star Wars because it's just new Star Wars?
Or do you want us to fight?
Do you miss Ewoks?
Yeah, right. But my last thing. Every episode they did something a little bit different, and I think they literally survey everyone like which one did it better. When they're in space Batman one, I couldn't say that on that episode, wasn't here, but that was a sick episode, different than everything else. Did they like the Villager one, Magnificent Seven? And I think they look at that for the next season to add and to leave out.
Good.
Sean's nodding.
I believe. Yeah.
No, he wants to end it.
Yeah. No. But no, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
all
that
those
was,
things
okay.
and more.
All right, you guys. We have more stuff coming up on Disney Plus The Fuss. If you have other shows, do you want us to review Wizards of Waverly Place? Do you want us to go back and watch the OG original
Sister?
Out of the Vault Disney cartoon Sister?
Yeah, or Togo,
even Steven?
Yeah,
Willie
Togo.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
Kim Possible?
It's out there, you guys. But we need your feedback. What you want to listen to more?
Do you want more Garrett?
Do you want more references to Keanu
Less
Reeves?
Garrett?
Leave us a review. Leave us a comment. Leave us a like.
Do you like it when we get heated?
I think that was fun. I think that was a very
fun.
enjoyable moment.
Oh, I love moments.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to Disney Plus The Fuss. We've got more stuff coming to you guys. So we'll see you next time.
This is the way.